Marcus Bennett stood by the floor-to-ceiling windows of his corner office, watching the city below. At 52, he had built an empire through steel determination and ruthless decisions. His silver-streaked hair and sharp suits reflected the power he wielded without apology. Behind him, his secretary Elena worked quietly at her desk. She had been with him for 8 years, managing every detail of his demanding life with grace. At 48, she possessed a quiet elegance that came from years of facing life's challenges alone after her husband passed away. That morning started like any other until Marcus reviewed the quarterly reports. His jaw tightened as he flipped through the pages. "Elena, come in here." She entered his office, sensing the tension in his voice. "These client files are a disaster," Marcus said coldly, not looking up. "Meetings scheduled incorrectly. Documents filed in the wrong quarters. This is unacceptable." Elena felt her heart sink. "Mr. Bennett, I can explain. My mother has been in the hospital, and I have been managing her care alongside work. I know I made some mistakes, but I can fix them." Marcus finally looked at her, his expression unmoved. "I do not pay you to bring personal problems into this office. I need someone who can handle the job without excuses." "Please," Elena said softly, her voice trembling slightly. "I have given 8 years to this company. Just give me a chance to make this right." Marcus turned back to the window. "Clear out your desk by the end of the day. Human resources will handle your severance." Elena stood frozen for a moment, then quietly left his office. She packed her belongings with dignity, refusing to let anyone see her cry. By 5 o'clock, she walked out of the building for the last time, her box of personal items feeling heavier than it should. Weeks passed. Marcus hired 3 different secretaries, but none could anticipate his needs the way Elena had. His coffee was always wrong, his schedule constantly confused, his dry cleaning forgotten. Small irritations piled up until his days felt like navigating through fog. One evening, Marcus decided to have dinner at Romano's, an upscale Italian restaurant he frequented. As the host led him to his usual table, he stopped abruptly. There, across the room, sat Elena. She wore a deep burgundy dress that brought warmth to her features. Her smile was genuine and bright as she laughed at something her companion said. The man sitting across from her was distinguished, perhaps in his late 50s, with kind eyes and an easy manner that spoke of old money and good breeding. Marcus felt something unexpected twist in his chest. He had never seen Elena look so radiant, so free. She had always been professional around him, reserved. This woman, laughing without restraint, was someone he suddenly realized he had never truly known. Throughout his meal, Marcus found his attention drifting back to Elena's table. The way she touched the man's hand gently when making a point. The way her eyes crinkled with authentic joy. Something uncomfortable settled in his stomach, and it was not the pasta. When Elena stood to leave, she glanced across the restaurant and their eyes met. For a brief moment, her smile faltered. Then she lifted her chin slightly, nodded with polite distance, and walked out with her companion's hand resting gently on her back. Marcus could not sleep that night. He kept seeing Elena's face, not the professional mask she wore in his office, but the genuine happiness she showed with that stranger. For the first time in years, he questioned his choices. The next morning, Marcus did something he rarely did. He made a personal phone call. "Elena, this is Marcus Bennett. I would like to speak with you. Would you meet me for coffee?" There was a long pause. "Mr. Bennett, I do not think that would be appropriate." "Please," he said, and the word felt foreign in his mouth. "I owe you a conversation." They met at a small cafe far from the corporate district. Elena arrived precisely on time, poised as always. "Thank you for coming." Marcus began awkwardly. "I saw you at Romano's last week." "Yes, I saw you too," Elena replied evenly. "You looked happy." Marcus said, surprising himself with his honesty. I am, Elena answered simply. Losing my job was devastating at first, but it forced me to reevaluate what matters. I started consulting for smaller businesses, working on my own terms. I spent more time with my mother. I reconnected with old friends. That man you were with, Marcus asked before he could stop himself. Elena's eyes flickered with understanding. Richard is a friend from my university days. We ran into each other at a charity event. He recently lost his wife and understands what I went through when my husband died. We enjoy each other's company. Marcus felt foolish. I made a mistake, Elena. Firing you was wrong. I let one difficult moment erase 8 years of excellence. I let my pride and anger control me when I should have shown understanding. Elena studied him carefully. Mr. Bennett, I appreciate you saying that. For 8 years, I organized your life, remembered your mother's birthday, ensured your nephew got graduation gifts, managed every detail while remaining invisible. The moment I showed I was human with struggles of my own, you discarded me. Her words hit him like cold water. You are right. I was cruel. I am asking if you would consider coming back. I will double your salary, give you flexible hours for your mother. Elena shook her head gently. Some things are not about money, Mr. Bennett. You taught me an important lesson, though you did not intend to. You showed me I had been making myself small, shrinking my worth to fit someone else's expectations. I will not do that anymore. She stood to leave, then paused. I do forgive you, Marcus. Not because you asked, but because holding on to anger only hurts the person carrying it. I hope you find what you are truly looking for. As Elena walked away, Marcus sat alone with his expensive coffee growing cold. He realized that what troubled him was not just losing an excellent secretary. It was recognizing that he had taken someone's loyalty and dedication for granted until he saw someone else valuing what he had carelessly thrown away. That jealousy he felt was not romantic. It was the painful awareness that he had failed to see the humanity in someone who had been devoted to making his life easier. He had treated her as a function rather than a person. Marcus could not undo his mistake. But Elena's dignity in the face of his cruelty taught him something his business success never had. True strength was not in wielding power over others, but in maintaining grace when others wielded power over you. He left the cafe a wealthier man than when he entered, though his bank account had not changed at all. Did this story touch your heart? Please like, share, and subscribe for more stories about life, second chances, and the wisdom that comes with time. Leave a comment below telling us about a moment when you learned an important lesson about treating others with kindness. Your story might inspire someone who needs to hear it today. Retry Claude can make mistakes. Please double-check responses.